The world is an echo of a constant noise. It surrounds us, a relentless barrage of information, of demands, of hurried conversations and digital chimes. At first, this noise is a gentle hum, a background melody to our nascent existence, each sound a novel vibration painting our reality. The distant laughter of a stranger, the whisper of wind through unseen leaves, the rhythmic thrum of a city breathing. These are the first brushstrokes on the canvas of our perception. A mind, young and unburdened, absorbs this symphony with a kind of passive wonder, each note a distinct entity, a tiny universe of meaning to be explored. But as the days bleed into weeks and weeks into years, the hum intensifies, coalescing into a roar. The individual sounds blur, their uniqueness lost to the sheer volume of the whole. We learn to navigate this cacophony, to function within its chaos, but something is lost in the process. The space for wonder shrinks, compressed by the weight of incessant stimuli. We become masters of filtering, of selective deafness, tuning out what seems irrelevant to our immediate goals. The world transforms from a gallery of vibrant sounds into a singular monotonous drone, a wall of noise against which we push day after day. It is the sound of obligation, the sound of expectation, the sound of a world that never sleeps and demands we do the same. We rush through our days carried by its current, our thoughts scattered, our attention fragmented into 1,000 tiny shards. We move from one task to the next, one screen to the another, our inner landscape mirroring the frantic, cluttered world outside. This ceaseless vibration becomes the very fabric of our being, and we forget that there ever was, or ever could be, anything else. We forget the sound of our own breathing, the beat of our own heart, the quiet hum of our own consciousness, drowned out by the external din. The noise becomes our reality, a self-imposed prison of perception, where the keys have long been forgotten, buried beneath layers of accumulated sound. And yet, deep within this storm, there is a space. It is not a place of absence, but of profound presence, a sanctuary untouched by the clamor, a silent chamber where the echoes of the world fade into irrelevance. This is the space where truth is not shouted from the rooftops, but built, stone by silent stone, in the stillness. It is an architecture of silence, an inner cathedral of being, waiting to be discovered. It has always been there, a fundamental dimension of our existence, obscured but never erased. We carry it within us, a potential for boundless peace, a source of unwavering strength. It is the quiet center from which all true understanding emanates, the fertile ground where the seeds of wisdom can finally take root, away from the trampling feet of the hurried world. To find it is not to escape the world, but to find the one place from which the world can be truly seen and truly understood. But this is just a beginning. To master the art of finding strength in the emptiness is to embark on a journey inward, a pilgrimage to the core of your own awareness. It is a process not of addition, but of subtraction. We are taught to build our lives by accumulating more knowledge, more possessions, more connections, more experiences. We believe strength lies in the fortress we build around ourselves, a bastion of achievements and external validations. Yet this fortress is built on shifting sands, vulnerable to the relentless tide of external circumstance. The true citadel is not built of worldly things, but of the space between them. It is found in the pause between breaths, in the silence between thoughts, in the vast open emptiness that we so often rush to fill. This emptiness is not a void to be feared, but a canvas to be embraced. It is the womb of all creation, the source from which every form, every idea, every impulse arises. Imagine a sculptor facing a block of marble. The statue is not created by adding more stone, but by meticulously chipping away the excess, by removing what is not the statue. In the same way, our true strength, our authentic self, is not something we must build, but something we must uncover. It is already there, complete and whole, hidden beneath the layers of conditioning, fear, and the incessant noise of the ego. The practice of stillness is the chisel. With each moment we dedicate to quiet contemplation, with each conscious breath that anchors us in the present, We chip away at the superfluous. We let go of the need to be someone, to prove something, to constantly perform. We allow the carefully constructed persona to crumble, revealing the unadorned essence beneath. This is where real power resides, not in the boisterous assertion of the ego, but in the quiet, unshakable presence of the soul. Letting stillness shape your reality is to allow this inner emptiness to become your guide. It is a radical act of trust. Instead of imposing our will upon the world, forcing outcomes and wrestling with reality, we learn to listen. We listen to the subtle currents of intuition that can only be heard in the quiet. We create space for insight to emerge, not as a product of frantic mental effort, but as a gift from the deep well of our being. This stillness begins to reorder our perception. The world, once a source of anxiety and pressure, begins to reveal its inherent harmony. Problems that seemed insurmountable now present their own solutions, and paths forward appear where before there were only walls. We stop reacting to the world from a place of fear and start responding from a place of clarity. Stillness is not passivity. It is the highest form of action, an action that arises from a place of deep alignment with the flow of life itself. It is the silent strength of the mountain that withstands the storm, the quiet power of the deep ocean that moves the tides. The power of peeling away the noise is the power of revelation. It is an act of returning to the fundamental, of rediscovering the signal that has been lost in the static. Our modern lives are a masterclass in obfuscation. We are buried under layers of digital notifications, targeted advertisements, political rhetoric, and social pressures. Each layer is a filter, distorting our perception of reality, telling us what to want, what to fear, what to believe. We navigate our days through a fog of second-hand opinions and manufactured desires, mistaking the echoes of others for our own inner voice. The noise is not just external, it has seeped inside, creating a constant inner chatter, a relentless monologue of anxieties, judgments, and plans. This inner noise is the most insidious of all, for it convinces us that it is us. We identify with our thoughts, believing we are the voice in our head, and so we remain trapped in its endless, looping narratives of lack and striving. To peel away these layers is an act of profound liberation. It begins with the simple intention to notice the hum of the refrigerator, the distant traffic, the feel of the air on your skin, without judgment, without story. This simple act of noticing is the first step in disengaging from the matrix of noise. Then, you turn your attention inward, to the ceaseless stream of thoughts. You do not try to stop them, for that is just creating more noise, more conflict. You simply watch them, as you would watch clouds passing in the sky. You observe them rise, linger, and dissolve, without getting swept away by their content. In this observation, a space begins to emerge, a space between you, the observer, and the thoughts being observed. This space is the beginning of clarity. It is the first glimmer of light through the dense fog. As you continue this practice, the layers begin to peel away on their own. The urgent demands of the world lose their hypnotic power. The opinions of others become just that, opinions, not decrees. The frantic inner chatter begins to quiet down, its volume decreasing as you withdraw your attention from it. What is revealed in this process is a state of absolute clarity. It is not the clarity of having all the answers, but the clarity of seeing things as they are, without the distortion of the noisy mind. You see the beauty in the mundane, the interconnectedness of all things, the simple, profound truth of the present moment. It is like cleaning a window that has been caked with grime for years. Suddenly the light pours in, and the world outside is seen in its true, vibrant colors. This clarity is not a concept. It is a direct experience, a homecoming to a state of being that has been waiting for you all along, just beneath the surface of the noise. Above all, to be an architect of your inner world is to take conscious responsibility for the quality of your own consciousness. It is to recognize that while you may not control the external world, you have the ultimate power to shape your internal landscape. This is the final and most crucial realization on the path of silence. We are not passive victims of circumstance, tossed about by the winds of fate. We are creators, and the primary material we have to work with is our own awareness. The noise of the world and the chatter of the mind will always be there, knocking at the door. But you are the one who decides whether to let them in, whether to give them a seat at the table, whether to let them dictate the design of your inner sanctuary. You have the choice to build your house on the bedrock of stillness or on the quicksand of reactivity. With stillness as your foundation, you begin to build with intention. Your thoughts are no longer chaotic squatters. They become deliberate brushstrokes on the canvas of your mind. Your emotions are no longer destructive storms. They become the weather patterns that you observe with compassionate detachment from the safety of your well-built home. You choose what to cultivate within yourself. You plant gardens of gratitude, compassion, and peace. You build pillars of resilience and wisdom. You create vast open spaces for joy and creativity to flourish. This is not about creating a sterile, emotionless inner world. It is about creating a space that is strong enough and spacious enough to hold all of life's experiences, the joy and the sorrow, the success and the failure, without being destroyed by them. It is about building a cathedral within, a place of such profound peace and stability that its influence naturally extends outward, touching everything you do. Your life becomes a reflection of this inner architecture. Your actions become more purposeful, your relationships more authentic, your presence more calming. You are no longer just reacting to the blueprints handed to you by society, by your past, by your fears. You are drawing your own. You become a source of stillness in a noisy world, a beacon of clarity in a sea of confusion. You live from the inside out. The world ceases to be a constant noise that assaults you, and instead becomes a symphony to which you are consciously, silently, and powerfully contributing your own unique note. The most magnificent structure is not built of stone or steel, but of the silent, infinite space from which all things arise. Thank you for joining me on this exploration today. If this resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content on unlocking your true power. Have you ever sensed a silent space in the depths of your subconscious? Let me know in the comments. Until next time.